Welcome to my channel. I'm so glad to have you all here with me today. I just wanted to start off with, let's see, what do I want to start off talking about? I'm still working on my format for the show, so you guys got to bear with me. But the first thing that I want to start off with is the things that I'm loving right now. So today I had to put on the lampshades, as you can see. And I put on the lampshades because I have been loving this Kiss eyelash glue. It's like just an eyeliner, and I don't know why I'm just not discovering it. But when I say it is the best thing, and I'm gonna definitely insert a video. I did a short on it. So I'm gonna make sure that I post that and insert a link to it in this video, which I'm learning how to do. Because I am absolutely loving it. When I say it is so easy, and I don't know about you guys, but there are so many times when I have tried to put on my lashes and it's like they get sticky. It doesn't matter if I'm like waving them around, trying to get them to dry. And y'all gotta excuse my neighborhood because I live on a busy street and it just sounds like they want to race tonight. I don't know why, but I am loving it. And when I say all I do is literally just put on the liner just like regular and then snap them on. And I have to mention it is not magnetic because I had a few viewers that viewed my other video ask me, is it the magnetic liner? No, this is regular eyeliner and you can use it with any lashes. So these lashes I purchased, I've had them probably over a year. I purchased like a pack of 5. And I don't wear them often because they're, you know, pretty long, but today I'm like, why not? I just put them on. So there we go. The other thing that I have been loving, okay, so went to a Mexican restaurant, and I guess I gotta post that video too. But it's called La Jaliense. Oh, okay. I can say it sometimes correctly, but it's kind of long. La Jaliense, something to that effect. And I'm gonna insert that as well. When I say it is delicious, the food was amazing. And I'm here in Michigan, but if you ever visit, it might be something that you wanna, place that you wanna go. Southwest Detroit is definitely the place to go if you want authentic Mexican food. So with that being said, I have been hooked on the seasoning. It's all about the seasoning. So these little suckers have that seasoning on there, and it's chili pepper powder. When I say that these have me hooked, and it wasn't just this, they gave me this little candy, and as you can see, I've been chomping on it a little bit. So it's called Banderia, and it's that same as tamarind, natural tamarind fruit, and then it has the salt and chili powder. And I guess it's kind of like people putting tahini on that, on mango and watermelon and stuff like that. And I even saw that they had these popsicles that have it on there. So you know I'm going to check those out too and see how they taste. So those are things that I'm loving. The next thing that I was thinking about today, so I saw a post on the Shade Room, and it was talking about DaBaby, and he was on his van or whatever, and he had pulled up on these 2 young men. And I know they do this all the time up here too, like selling candy bars, selling water and stuff like that on the side of the road. So when he had saw these young men, he asked them how much were the candy bars. And of course, being children, you know, or teenagers or whatever, instead of telling him that they were $2 candy bars, they told him that they were $200. And I don't know if the kids were saying, like, if you want to buy the whole box, it's $200. I don't know if, you know, of course, they were probably thinking, oh, it's a celebrity. We about to sell all our candy bars right now. So, basically, he's like, well, it's not $200 worth of candy bars in there. Like, how many candy bars are in there? And it was kind of cute. It was a cute video to me, honestly, because that's how, you know, our parents used to be with us. So I could see that old school vibe where our parents used to question us like, okay, you got how many candy bars in the box? And he's like, how much are they a piece? And so when the one friend said $200, the other friend, you could tell he was kind of stumped, right? Because he paused for a second and it was like, I don't know if I want to tell him they 200. And I couldn't hear clearly what he ended up saying. But I knew he probably didn't want to say 200 by his reaction. But I think he just kind of went with the friend and said 200. So he had them count how many bars they had. They were $2 a piece. I think the one boy said he had like 34 bars. And if he had 34 bars, then, you know, he said, well, if they're $2 a piece, how much is that? And the boy was taking his time to figure it out, which means, you know, he wasn't that fast in math. So the baby ended up telling him, like, that's not even $100. Like, that's $68. And I will say, I like the fact that he was, like, really questioning them and talking to them. What I wish, though, is that he would have explained to them what was occurring. And the fact that they told him that the candy bars were more expensive than they really were, he's like, well, now I'm just going to get one. He's like, I was going to bless you all, but since you told me it was more than what it really is, now you're just going to get $2. I'm just going to buy this candy from you. And I understood the lesson. I did. I understood the lesson. But I think that he should have explained to them the reason why, you know, basically telling them, no matter what situation you're in, even when you think that you're in a situation where you can get more out of something than you're supposed to get for it, you should always tell the truth. And I think it was really important to emphasize that lesson, because I think that after that, the boys are going to walk away with a different perspective than they could have walked away with if he would have really explained to them the reason why I didn't give you this money that I was going to give you is because you weren't honest with me. And you should always be honest, even in a situation where you think you're going to get more. Be honest. Because you may miss out on some things because you're being dishonest. You may talk yourself out of a blessing that you could have received. I think just going over that message with them may have been more helpful. And I'm sorry, I put my finger right up in that camera, didn't I? So, yeah, I think that would have been more helpful if he would have explained it. I had put a post up under there and then I deleted it because people go crazy in that shade room. Like, this one girl has said, you know, you won't give these kids the money, but y'all celebrities have been throwing money in the river, which is true. Like, and it wasn't DaBaby that did it, okay? But we've been seeing people set money on fire. We've been seeing people throwing money in the ocean, talking about they was throwing it to the people that was down there, but it wasn't reaching all people. And I can understand what the people were saying to her, like, girl, it's their money, which is true. And I think that's even what he was trying to teach the boys, is that even though somebody is a celebrity, they have a choice of how they're going to spend their money because it belongs to them. It's no different from anybody walking down the street. But the one thing that I was going to comment up under the post is that even though I like totally understand, you know, where he was coming from and everything, no matter if it's a boy, no matter if it's a man, if I see somebody that's on the side of the road selling something, I give them some money, and I give them more than what they're asking for. And I don't know if I'm correct in that, but I'm going to give my reasoning why. The reason why I do that is because I feel like, especially adults, like one day I'm going to tell a quick story time. I was driving down the street, and it was around like Valentine's Day. So I see this, I'm driving on the street, and I see this soup kitchen across the street. And there's so many men lined up at this soup kitchen, like waiting for it to open so that they can get a meal, right? And I look across the street, and I see another guy, and he has a whole table full of stuff for Valentine's Day. And I mean, this man was selling something as small as like a little Twinkie. And he had put it in one of those little, I think it's called taffeta bags. And, you know, just made it look kind of fancy, right? Just cutesy for Valentine's Day. And when I say I had passed that man, and I turned around, whipped back to bless him, because I'm like, you could be one of those men standing outside that soup kitchen. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, like everybody's in a different place. But the fact that he had created something, he probably took his bridge card and said, I'm gonna buy a little $5 box of Twinkies, I'm gonna sell each one for 50 cents, whatever, for $1, because I put it in the bag. Like, however he put it together, I feel like this man could be across the street begging, or, you know, he could be knocking people over the head. He could be breaking into people's homes. He could be in prison. He could be doing anything. But the fact that he's out here hustling, trying to make ends meet, I have to bless him. And I think I had went to give him like $5 or something like that. He's like, well, I don't have anything, you know, whatever the conversation was. But I gave him the money, and he was like, you know what? Just take one of these Twinkies, one of the decorative Twinkies that he had. He gave me that. And that was a blessing to me. But I just felt like I had to bless him. And I think even in this situation, like even when I see kids like selling candy bars, or outside of Home Depot selling little beaded bracelets, I'm gonna give that boy some money. Like, I'm gonna give him more than what he asking for, because we know, like, especially, and you know, for our people, like, and especially for our men, we know the challenges that they face, and our boys, the challenges that they face. We know that so many people are growing up in single parent households, and you know, so many children are put in predicaments so young where they have to be out there doing things. Now, I will say that there's been times when somebody's like, oh, this is for my sports team or whatever. And I'm like, you know what? You ain't got to tell me no story. You know, don't tell me no story, because you big grown, you past that age. But you know what? I'm still going to bless you, because at the end of the day, it's always up to that person what they do with the money that you give them. But I feel like we have a responsibility to be a blessing when we can. And not just celebrities, but all of us. Like, if I could buy some candy bars off those boys and then teach them a lesson too in that, saying, well, I'm not going to give you 200, but you know what? I'm going to buy the rest of the candy bars out of your box. And just that simple, you know. And I'm not saying what he should have done. I'm just saying what I do as, you know, just a human being, a person on this earth, right? And kind of leading into that, I had a quote-unquote dilemma. So my phone has been malfunctioning, and I know y'all don't know me like that, but I'm gonna show y'all. Let me see, where's my phone at, if I can grab it, so y'all can see what I've been working with, what I've been working off of. Let's see if I can find it. Prepare to be amazed. And if anybody knows what this is, I'm a zoom in for y'all. See what that is? It's a SE. I had refused to buy a phone. I refused to buy a phone. I'm like, I cannot buy a phone. Like, I'm just of this mindset now where I just been on this like money saving kick. And it's, you know, hey, it is what it is. So I'll sacrifice a phone. I'm like, I don't need all that, you know, updated technology or whatever. I just go to eBay and I'll buy me an unlocked phone, you know, whatever's working, just as long as I can call, text, and get on my apps, I'm good. So after that, when I had upgraded to an XR, right? Which I know that's still not the latest phone. Like, it's been about 6 phones that came out since that phone. But I just started thinking, you know, and I had to say to myself, like, why am I punishing myself? You know, and I feel like this is a message for everyone, right? Because we go to work every day.
Treat yourself.
And sometimes we are literally working just to pay our bills. Like, we sacrifice so much on a daily basis just to survive, right? But then sometimes it's like, you know what? I know people say treat yourself. Like, you really got to treat yourself sometimes. Sometimes you got to make that payment arrangement or whatever and not pay the whole thing. I'm not telling y'all to be irresponsible at all. But what I'm saying is that if you know that you only have $200 left and your bill is $200, if you can afford to make a payment arrangement and wait until that next check versus paying them that $200 and then going to Advance America and giving them your money, do that. Because I've been on that vicious payday loan cycle before. So I understand. And that's why I'm saying, like, it comes to a point where we have to stop sacrificing our quality of life for the things that they are necessities, but how can I say this? They're necessities, but our quality of life sometimes has to come before that. Like, I can't give all of my money to my bills and not have anything, nothing left, you know? So, I don't know why. I mean, that's just one of my thoughts that I've been thinking, is that we got to stop making so many sacrifices, like sacrificing our happiness for bills. And then you are like unhappy. You done paid everything. You got a roof over your head, everything like that. But you can't do anything else afterwards. And I think that's sometimes why we get in those desperate situations. Like, you know, hey, I've been there, like I said. So I just want to encourage you guys, even if it's, I'm going to spend $5 on something. Like, I'm not saying that you have to go crazy with it. But if you want to spend $5 and go and get you your Starbucks drink for the week or whatever, if that's going to bring you some satisfaction or some happiness, then save yourself $5 to do that. Or just do something for yourself. Don't be so serious where you're not enjoying your life and having fun. I guess that's where I'm trying to go with it, because we can get to that point. And I want all of us to be mindful to not sacrifice our happiness and our wellness for what what people call necessities. I'm not saying get luxurious, because I know how some people be like, I'm about to buy this Gucci bag, I'm about to buy this Louis bag. I ain't even talking about that. I'm talking about get yourself that little treat, like I'll get yourself some of these. Save yourself a little something to make you smile and make you happy. So I went ahead and got that upgrade that I needed to get so desperately. And I'm going to turn my little SE baby in and, you know, decrease the payments on the phone. But it's something that I had to do. It's time to come into the new age of technology and experience that. So that's all I have for today. I just wanted to just talk to you all about some things that I'm loving, some of my thoughts. And I know my little doggies want to go crazy. My little neighbors want to go crazy today. They don't want me to be great, but that's okay. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.